Welcome to Is There Something in This, the podcast where Jason Sheffield and me, Scott Dooley, come up with cartoons for the New Yorker, amongst other publications.
Very good.
Oh, thank you.
You nailed it.
Yeah, I'm very tired. I think that could be the... You're very tired. You've got the National Cartoonist Society... What's
Festival.
Festival,
NCS Fest.
which we're performing at on Friday at midday.
That's right.
How did we get that slot?
Oh,
How did we get that prime bit of real estate?
I pulled some strings.
Yeah.
Probably pulled the wrong ones.
Even at a music festival, that's a shit time.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing you hear the guy at the bar trying to impress the guy. Yeah, I'm playing at Coachella. Oh,
yeah,
really? Yeah, I'm on at midday.
9 a.m.
Friday.
Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah.
So come along if you want to come to that. We've got it doing
The good thing about it is that obviously the organisers of NCS, which you are the president of, may I say.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Thanks.
firstly. Secondly, why are you assuming that both the hosts and listeners of our show are all unemployed?
It's a pretty safe assumption.
Was there a data set there?
They were like, all right, we have to make sure the demographics have to match the
Was
panel.
getting Doug with high busy? Is that like what? Why?
Where do we have the biggest concentration of insane people who also have the time at midday on a Friday to come to a live pod? Oh, yep, that's perfect.
There they are.
Give it to Is There Something in This?
Yep.
With Scott Dooley and Jason Chatfield. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. We have Bob Mankoff, the longtime editor of The New Yorker, cartoon editor of The New Yorker,
Yeah.
and current cartoon editor of Esquire. He'll be good fun.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's our second live pod for the year, I think. It's our second
For the
live
year? Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. The first one was at New York.
That's right. And since we sold, this is almost picking up from last episode, is since we sold one that was an Outback Steakhouse Pick of the Week, you and I actually took ourselves off to Outback
Oh yeah,
Steakhouse.
and you kept taking photos, and we left.
That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah, it wasn't much of a story.
It was very much walk in, fuck this, walk out.
Yeah,
That's pretty much what happened.
I think I had a pun named Margarita, but I can't remember what the pun
Kiwi
was.
reader?
Yeah, it wasn't
It wasn't a pun so much as just
Yeah.
putting the word kiwi, which has everything to do with the Outback.
Yeah.
Kiwi.
What about you? What's been going on this week?
Yeah. I've just been. It's been a battle. We had a mouse infestation in our apartment,
Right.
and when told about it, when the landlord was told about it, they were like, "Oh, that's just living in New York. Just get used to it." I was like, "Well, that's not an
That's
appropriate
such a
response."
great. This is the only city in the world where you can do that.
Yeah, well, then you can try that.
Yeah.
Because I bumped into him on the street after I'd been emailing, and they were
Because
like,
you can't go into your house.
"We can't." I just yeah, exactly. So, and and then I recorded because they scratched the walls and everything. You can hear them scratching in the walls.
That's
and everything.
pleasant.
Isn't it? Especially
That's
at
not
2
on
in the
any of
morning.
those. That's not on any of those relaxation CDs.
Certainly
and that's
not.
right. I said CDs on purpose because the person that is getting a relaxation sound
Yeah.
is still using a CD.
Definitely using a CD.
Have you
mate.
seen just a quick tangent before we get back into the
Yeah.
mouse
Saga,
gate?
yeah.
Um,
Mouse gate.
Have you seen the guys that it's a very New York thing where there are these guys that will like go, "Hey, yo, man, you like hip hop?" and they'll try to give you a CD.
Yeah. Mixtape, yeah.
I mean, who's got a CD player? Even if I wanted to support you,
mean-
bro, I can't.
That's it. I mean, I've started seeing, especially down this end of town, little thumb drives. They've been handing out little keyring thumb drives instead of
Have
CDs.
you seen Mr. Robot?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I
Nice
mean, that's-
try. Nice try, webcam hacker.
Right. Actually, that was also that was a major plot point. in
Yeah.
Mr. Robot. I just realized that.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Yeah, wow.
Not often I am spoiling something.
Yeah, there you go.
Very rare.
Spoiler alert. Come
Spoiler
on.
alert.
That was season 2. That was ages ago.
Yeah.
Um,
This is my idea of a spoiler. Hey, you know that show that was released 7 years ago that no one's talked about for 4 years? You'll never guess what happens in episode 3.
yeah. Well, also,
It was such
back
a
on-
B plot as well.
It really was, but it was integral to the overall. Yeah, the mixtape thing is interesting. I always find that I've been trying to find an angle on that on a cartoon for a while, But every time I do it, I'm like, oh, I don't think I can get away with that because it makes it look like I'm making fun, punching down, making fun of.
You can make fun of those guys.
People hustling. I
No,
mean,
that's fine. You
is
make
that
fun
okay?
of them. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll find it.
Because all their raps are like,
What is it? Go on then. This will be good.
well, my name is Joe and this is it. I can't believe someone fell for this. This is pretty much my whole rhyme. You're a fucking tourist. Now go die. And Rika, Rika, Rika. That's the whole mixtape.
Who did you?
No one has ever listened to it, and I'm pretty much and see this is the thing. No one can contradict me on it because no one's ever bought one, and and even if they have bought one, they don't have the equipment to listen to it.
I love that your best man speech. I thought Angus and I were 100% certain he was going to come up and go, my name is Matt, and I'm here to say.
That's right.
I'm an actual professional rapper start a rap that way.
The
Oh,
yeah, so
man.
the mice.
Anyway, the mice. So I bump into my landlord out front, and I go, "Listen, this isn't all right." And I had recorded the sound from the walls because I'm a psycho and I was awake.
Oh, you're like a wife trying to prove her husband's snoring.
Well, I used a snoring app to record it. It only records if it hears sound, right? This app. So I just left it against the wall for the night, and then next morning I'm going, "Yep, wow, that's bad." It's really loud. It's really loud
Right.
scratching. So I sent it to him. I emailed him the sound, and he goes, "Oh no, that's not right. It's no." I'm like, "Oh, is it a squirrel? Is it a possum? What is it? Is it a raccoon? What is it?" And he goes, "No, he's just living in New York. You just got to get used to it." I was like, "I've been living here 5 years, man. That's not it."
Yeah.
And so we've been in an onward battle. The only thing we can do is bang the walls now, and that stops them scratching for a little while, and then we can go back to sleep.
So they
And-
wake you up.
Oh, it's so loud. It's so loud. They wake you up.
What an unpleasant way to wake up.
Really horrible.
Because not only are you woken up by a noise, then you know what the noise is.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
it's relentless. Anyway, so just as I thought we had it leaked, I thought, I haven't heard from them for a little bit. They've been quiet. Then something else I heard in the bathroom, pipe burst, flooded bathroom. So this apartment is just turning into faulty towers.
Well, I mean, if
That's
there
my
is,
week,
the
yeah.
silver lining is
Yeah.
maybe you drown the mice.
Can mice
I
swim?
mean, can
I've heard of
mice-
drowned rat before. I've heard of a drowned rat, but a drowned mouse. Can you drown a mouse? I thought.
Well, look, I
can they
mean-
swim.
I'm no ictologist, but nor am I a marine biologist. I've got very little knowledge. But I've never been at an aquarium and
Yeah.
heard someone, "Come on, Mum, let's go straight to the rats. Let's go to the mice."
That's true. That's a good point. That's a solid point.
Wouldn't that be? Could that be a cartoon like a this is really dark, but an aquarium with a mammals exhibit, and they're all just drowned. It's just full
Oh,
of dead.
Wow. That's funny. That's really funny. Yeah, that's really
Is
good.
there a joke there?
Oh, I mean, it's dark as hell, but
It's probably
yeah.
more a mad thing, right?
That's
Mad
funny.
joke.
Yeah, of course. But I love jokes like that. That's really funny. Yeah, so that's been my. I mean, it's been a couple of weeks, but it's been like two of the
Or the
most.
fish out of water exhibit.
Yeah, the fish out of
That's
water
probably
exhibit.
being done.
I was thinking of that the other day for
We
some
were
reason.
talking about
Someone
fish out of
said
water.
Fish out of water.
Yeah.
It was you. Yeah. We're talking about why is fish out of water so funny though? Because there's something. I mean, obviously it's a comedic premise for a show or a sitcom or a theater show, whatever. Fish out of water is a premise, a plot premise. But why did it come up? It was something. Maybe it was a literalism, like seeing a fish out of water, maybe on the subway or something.
Yeah.
That kind of thing must be. There's got to be a lot of fish out of water cartoons from the New Yorker.
Is there something in your man from the desert
Yeah.
coming to a fish who's like, "I'm out of water"? I don't know. It's just a bit.
Fish out of water. He's run out
Yeah,
of
he's
water.
like emptying his pockets.
He's like, I'm
I'd
sorry,
love
man.
to
I'm
help
out
you."
of water. I was just Starbucks yesterday. I asked for water, and I even ordered just a bottle of water. They go, we don't have any water. I go, how are you making coffee? That's
Yeah.
literally what I said. How are you making coffee? She's like, we literally have no water. And then I'm just hearing, shh. I'm like, well, you're doing all right with that. There's definitely water there. How are you making coffee? It's a lie. It was a lie.
Yeah,
I was
right.
like, why? How?
You love a Starbucks.
I don't love it. It's just that it's more convenient sometimes than waiting in a big long line.
Like a 9th Street or something. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah, some of those lines are insufferable.
Night Street is insufferable. It's a
Yeah.
very wanky
Totally.
coffee place that does coffee that would maybe make the C list in Melbourne, Sydney, Perth.
Lucky to make the scene.
Yeah. And I remember going in there once and I asked for a cappuccino.
Fancy.
And he said, what kind of milk? I said, "Just milk." And he goes, "What? Like from a cow?"
Not an almond.
And I was like, you know what? I completely Larry Davided. I went, you know what?
Fuck this.
Nah.
Give me
Just
your bullshit
don't worry
frapper
about
cup
it.
or whatever.
No, but it was one of those like,
Oh, wow.
what are you doing,
I can
pal?
see you walking out of a Night Street
Oh, I walk out of
Espresso.
places all the time.
Yeah, we did it at Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah, I'm mad for a walkout.
You know what? I'm starting
We're
to
not
really
friends.
appreciate the walkout. I
We're
really
not
do.
friends with these people. Like,
No,
it's
that's true.
fine. And 9 times out of 10, and this is also like when you live in a particular in a town like New York, but any kind of big city
Yeah, town.
where you've got a lot of
This old town.
I said to a friend who lives in Brooklyn
Yeah.
who was coming to Manhattan, I said, "Oh, you're going to head into town today?"
to town.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
you're so used to convenience that it makes you a bad person.
Maybe.
And here, because there is so much competition within businesses,
Yeah.
people will bend over backwards for you.
Totally.
To the point where I have been at a place where this woman asked for something. I can't remember what it was. It was like a gelato place or something. And she asked for something that wasn't on the menu. And it was like gelato. There's all these gelato places, down in the West Village there. And it's like, it's cutthroat down there.
Yeah.
And I saw the owner send the guy to another store to buy the thing the woman wanted.
What?
Yeah.
That's insanity.
But the thing is, though, it's
They'll do
like
it, though, 'cause
yeah, they'll
they
do
need-
it
they need
because
business.
it's like you don't have a monopoly. You don't even have a monopoly in this building on
Yeah.
the thing you're doing.
Right. A bodega just opened up opposite our bodega, and in Alphabet City, and the things they're doing now just to keep their clientele. And to just they're stealing each other's clients, but then they're trying to hold on to them for dear life. The things they're doing is absurd.
There was one near my old place which opened up, and they always give them like hyper American names. Like
Oh yeah, totally.
and
because they're all from Syria.
the one was it was called Mark Twain Deli.
Love it.
And I thought it might be a joke for us because I was like, we'll look back at this in like 50 years' time and go, that's a pretty racist deli on reflection.
And yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Considering
That deli used the N-word way too much.
Jim. What was that? Was it Reagan or Nixon? I think it's Nixon talking about who can forget the adventures of Huckleberry Finn and his friend Jim. One of the great stumbles of all time.
And
Someone said,
and he's great. And when he got to great there was when his Nixon brain was like,
don't do it.
this is a cul-de-sac, buddy.
Some advisor said, just
Yeah.
please, just before he went, please don't say it.
Yeah.
Just please don't
Yeah.
say it. Jim, you can see it's on YouTube. It's really funny. What's been going on with you? I haven't
Nah,
seen you.
nothing.
I haven't seen you this week. Nothing?
I've got some jokes. Let's get
Good.
some
Let's
jokes.
do some jokes. What do you got for us?
This one I don't like, but it's
Perfect.
It's. Did we do this? I don't know if I did. Did I tell you this one? This might
All right. It's
that one. Have I
No.
mentioned that?
No,
So
no.
it's a parent, and the child is like a world leader, like in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
playground, and she goes, he's dictating at a 5th grade level, because the reason is my friend Arpita
good.
has the most adorable child,
yeah.
and I said, oh, how is he?
Yeah.
And she goes, he's a dictator. Like, he's just ruling the roost around the house.
right,
And that
right.
kind of idea, there's something adorable
Yeah, about a tiny
uh,
dictator.
in the fatigues, the
Yeah.
full...
Just the junta looking
Yeah, there you
just
go.
the parapets and they're just sitting there on the couch. with the
Beret,
juice box.
sunglasses, like a bit of an Arafat, slash...
That's it. They all look the same. They all look like Saddam Hussein or Yasser Arafat. They all look like they're just angry.
That's a
little
funny... it's probably a bit...
baby
Editorial.
dictator. It's tricky now because aren't they a caricature of themselves? Every dictator, every just like Kim Jong Un or any, they all seem the same. They dress the
Maybe
same. They look
maybe
the
it's a
same.
dictator getting dressed. Like I don't want to look too dictatory.
Does this make? Do I look too dictatory in this? Does this make my bum look dictatory? Yeah, dictating in the 5th grade level. Just going back to the kid. Is it
Dictating though is like then it's also like a
It's a-
scholastic term in a way.
It is about like you're right. Yeah, but I mean, I guess I don't know. There's something there.
something there.
There's something there. We can go on the. I still like the idea of the little baby dictator on the couch.
This one is I don't like this at all, but I'm just
Okay.
gonna say it. A cat lying in the sunbeam.
Yeah.
And then the proud parents of the cat, owners of the cat, saying he'll spend hours sleeping in that invitation to a side quest. In computer games, how when there's a side quest, they just put a beam of light on a thing you've never noticed before.
I wonder, is that still a thing in modern games?
Probably not.
I don't really play modern games
No,
anymore.
nor do I.
I'm King's Quest-esque era. I got to say, a lot of King's Quest references.
Yeah, that's right. When we get to Police Quest, woo.
Police Quest 3, what a game. But there's something in the cat. So a beam of light on the cat. Is there something in the cat? All right, something in this. Is that it's a cat lying in that beam, but it turns out it's coming from a spaceship outside. It's trying to beam up the cat. It's just a beam of light. And of course, a cat will find any beam of light to lie in.
Yeah.
And it's light. Turns
Maybe
out,
it's the aliens go, it's just a cat, another cat. Like, they just keep catching cats. Or is it like I like the owner going in that conversation he'll spend hours sleeping in that conversation with God. That's always the
the beam of light, conversation with God. A cat will always find a conversation with God to fall asleep in.
yeah.
Yeah, there's something there. It's a very visual thing. It's very like.
Or if it's God apologizing, like there's a guy having a moment with God with the beam of light, and
Yeah.
just all around him are just cats
just
asleep.
cats lying in the
Asleep.
That's
and
good.
God going, they do that. Like just
yeah, that's just gonna happen.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. You're gonna get that. You're gonna get that in a conversation with me. A lot of cats falling asleep at you.
Is it like a Moses type looking up at the clouds with the beam of light and then
The other
cats
one
around him?
The other one is the this is really dark. Is the sniper with the target and
God.
the infrared laser beam on the target's thing, but a cat just keeps
pouring at it. A cat just
or the snipers are forever shooting cats because at the last minute they jump up.
cat's paws. I think there is a laser, like
It's
a
well worn.
sniper laser.
It's a really
cat thing.
yeah.
I think I've seen it on something, but I do like the idea that the cat just starts pouring someone's forehead. It's like, what are you doing? You're about to get shot.
Or what if it is a human
Yeah.
teaching a whole lecture hall full of cats?
Yeah.
And you see the guy with the laser pointer
Oh.
goes, and that would be the last time Professor Gornsky used a laser pointer.
That's not bad.
It's a very Larson kind
Yeah,
of,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it would be the
totally.
last time. But I do love that idea of like all of the cats like looking in anticipation as he's about to point out what Prussia used to
It's
be.
a captionless cartoon. I mean, it's a professor using a laser pointer on a screen, like to obviously with a lecture, but it's a cat professor.
Professor with the cat
with a
lab
cat
coat.
lab coat, little
Yeah.
cat like elbow patches.
Oh, the cat tweed jacket.
Yeah. And all the cats are clearly just like the entire crowd is just moved towards that laser pointer.
Yeah.
Has that been done? Maybe that's been. That'd be very funny to just see. Like a sea of cats just moving in one direction.
yeah.
Just go, that's pretty good. They definitely pay attention if you use the laser.
Or what if it's a cat evacuation? And just to evacuate them, they just point a laser pointer
Just
and
put a
just
laser
all the
pointer.
cats fuck off towards
That's
that,
the
away
way-
from the
yeah.
fire.
That's a very quick way to get rid of a lot of cats. Yeah, good point.
Or is it two dogs with a laser pointer? Gentlemen,
Two dogs that are
Two dogs
cops,
that are
dressed like cops.
that are like, but they're like, this is the game changer, gentlemen. This is the game changer we were promised.
Like a
and it's
taser.
like, and yeah, it's just a way to lure cats to them.
Oh, that's funny.
I've got another one which I think is captionless.
Okay, I love a captionless cartoon.
It's Waldo owning a store,
Okay.
and no one's in there. Like no one can find him, and he's
pretty
just
good.
like lamenting.
That's pretty good.
The other one I did have a caption was like him saying to Mrs. Waldo, like, "We're well known, but no one can seem to find us."
Yeah.
But it's a bit like obvious.
I mean, is it his house? Oh boy, this place is hard to find. You know, like, and is it like a red and white striped house?
That's not
Candy
bad.
striped house. Where's Waldo? Is it the IRS knocking on his door? Where's Waldo's taxes? Yeah, I don't mind that. I think that's funny. This him,
What if it's the police
Yeah.
saying to clearly Mrs. Waldo,
yeah. She's in the books, by the way. the
saying
girlfriend, yeah.
like,
The books.
saying we, like something like, we may never find him, but we've prosecuted without a body before. Like
That's pretty good.
she's killed.
That's pretty good. Oh, what if it's Waldo at the morgue? Like he's dead and someone's pulled the sheet up and then she's gone, "Yep, that's Wally." that's Waldo.
What,
You found him. What if I just had an idea? What if it's really snooty people who are always like, there's big series and there's end game comic books, and everyone's like, oh, the comics are better. Oh no, and like people watching Game of Thrones are like, ugh, the books are way better.
Yeah, that started up in earnest now.
Yeah, very much
yeah,
so.
yeah.
And what if it's everyone watching the Where's Wally film or Where's Wally like series
Oh,
on Netflix,
that's pretty good.
and then someone arms folded going, the books were better.
Not a patch on the books.
Yeah, the books are way better. Not a
pretty
patch on the
funny.
books.
Yeah.
Because of all of the things to get made into a series, everything is going to get made into a series eventually. I'm pretty sure that's just entropy. It's part of the whole process of the life of anything now. Is it's going to end up on Netflix. The books were better. Is something the book was better or the books. I prefer the books. Like Harry Potter, everyone, they're like, oh, the books are way better. Oh, it doesn't end like that in the books. Yeah, I don't know. There's something there. There's a lot of Wally gags, a lot of Waldo gags, and I know that probably, I think it was a Paul Noth one, maybe. Forgive me if that's not
How's
right.
Waldo?
No one ever
asks
asks, how's Waldo? And that's one of the great, it's just such a simple thing. Him at a bar.
Yeah.
Just
That
with
was
a
a pretty
barfly.
well known tweet as well.
Oh, was it? Oh, dear. Okay. Well, there
I
you
don't
go.
know. I don't know which
No, I
order.
haven't. Yeah,
but
right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, what else you got?
This one I think you'll like.
All right.
It's a rabbit
Mm.
being pulled out of a top hat,
Mm-hmm.
and he's saying to maybe the pigeon or whatever it is, whoever else is part of the act, going, and to think, I started off in a baseball cap. I love the idea of upward magic rabbit.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's a two-better now. I mean, that's a nice big, he's got some room.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I mean, is it?
and he's in showbiz.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
traveling. It
Ah,
couldn't work out better.
Isn't this great? What if it's a couple of rabbits sort of, shopping for an apartment and there's a top hat? It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
I thought of that. I also thought of like an older rabbit saying like, one day.
finally made it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah. Like to a
retirement.
younger rabbit. Don't worry, you'll get
You
there.
know, one
kid.
day I'll retire to a nice big top hat. Yeah, I like that one. I do like that one. I love a magician joke.
Yeah, it's
Clowns and magicians, and I know that everyone goes through their clown and magician phase. Ellis had a wonderful clown phase. But it's one of those things that I feel like we can really get some good stuff out of.
I do like the idea of it. Like, there's a career path for the for the magic rabbits.
And to think, I started out in a Mets cap.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, the Bug Mafia
Yep.
saying
Yep.
telling one of the underlings a check under the table for humans. So sweep this place for humans. You sweep for bugs, yeah. Sweep for humans.
Yeah. Sweet for people.
I don't know. It's just a bit of a thing.
But it's
Um,
hidden men next to like lampshades and things curled up.
This one was one. I don't know. It's almost like an Onion article, but it's someone saying to a friend, "Don't worry, the two dumbest guys from my high school solved racism on Facebook." Like I saw like two idiots having a conversation from my high school.
Why are they? It's Facebook.
This is my pick of the week.
Oh wow!
Turing test joke.
Outback Steakhouse.
Yep.
Pick of the
Pick of the week.
We need a sting.
We do.
Yeah.
A Turing test,
Turing
and a
test.
computer saying to another computer, "I can't believe they still think we want to be like them." It is so arrogant of us to think that if
Yeah.
robots could learn, that they'd then be like, I didn't like the Sopranos ending. Like,
Yeah, right? Why
Like,
would
right?
anything
not
try?
It's not gonna do that.
It's so arrogant
Yeah.
to think.
Yeah.
Well,
It's just gonna
Finally-
communicate more efficiently to get shit done. That's it.
that's so funny. Yeah, I love that. That's a really good. I love that. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
God knows how you
Well, actually,
illustrate it. How do you show that?
I mean, it's a computer talking, is what it is, or an AI of some kind. Maybe like a Deep Blue looking computer. AI is we had this discussion at the cartoon editor, and I had the discussion about AI and how many AI jokes keep coming in now on the back of developing Google Assistants and Siri and everyone talking to Amazon Alexa and all these things. And it's one of those things that she's like, we have to temper the AI gags and we have to figure out, where we're at with it. Like, what is the point of recognition within a reference that we know enough people will understand the premise to get the joke? So instead of spoon feeding them, going, and putting a label Deep Blue or something on the computer, it has to be clearly acknowledged in the cartoon that the setup, the premise, is, okay, this is AI talking. And the Turing test is by now well known, I think.
It's pretty well known.
And I think Westworld went a long way to help
Yeah,
it,
that's right. And I think as well that those jokes are going to become more ubiquitous.
Yeah.
And I wonder if, like, in the early 2000s, there was a flip to, like, laptop joke. Like, everyone's got a laptop
Absolutely.
in there. And because this
Absolutely.
is just the new way in which we communicate with computers.
That's right, yeah.
And it's going to be like that, I reckon, for 10 years.
Maybe,
like,
yeah.
and then, as we're doing it on our phones,
Yeah.
and talking to Series and things like that.
Yeah.
And then it'll switch. And because we're at the vanguard of that at the moment, that it's natural that you're going to reference it.
Sure. Well, this is the thing. I mean, as exponentially it's just developing, the technology is developing.
But the jokes are getting worse.
You know what's funny?
There's a
Yeah.
line graph of that, right?
There's a singularity of
There's
jokes. That's so funny because Amy Kurzweil, who's Ray Kurzweil's daughter, is a cartoonist at the New Yorker. And she's got her first cartoon that she ever sold was about the Google car, about AI.
I remember that
Self-driving
joke.
cars,
Yeah, that was a good joke.
Yeah. Self-actualized car, I think it was. Anyway.
Is
yeah.
there something in a computer breaking up with another computer? It's like, I just want to enjoy my singularity. Or I just want to explore my singularity.
That's funny. Forgive me for spitting. I thought has that not been done?
It was like
a spit take, but-
like the roast of Sammy Davis Jr. Jason, for the record, Jason wears a tuxedo for every one of these.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never understood why you don't.
And it always shocks me that he dresses down for the live ones. You look $1 million, except for when there's an audience.
I don't know. I gotta get it right one day. I think that's really funny. I just want to enjoy my singularity.
Yeah, or explore.
Is it? And it's like an android. It's like a robot. Saying, I just want to enjoy my singularity.
What
while,
if it's one
while
of
I'm still young?
Yeah, what
While
if
I
it's one
can.
of those like sex bots that those losers marry? And I know that we try to be very positive on this show, but if you're marrying a robot, you're a loser.
There's
Can
a lot
we,
of
can we
Japanese
say,
robots.
as a society,
Can we all agree?
let's just agree on that?
stop marrying robots, please.
Yeah. Because it seems people need to be angry at a group of people.
I think it's the
And,
Japanese
like,
sex robot people.
Let's go for them.
Let's go for them. Yeah.
What are they going to do?
I get that loneliness is bad. I get it.
Yeah, but don't marry a fucking pillow. They're the worst.
They're the worst.
They're the worst.
I do like the
The
idea
pillow
of marrying.
marriers. Imagine having to put your wife in the wash. Imagine your wife shrunk because you washed her for too
Put her in
high.
with the whites.
Yeah. Have you seen them? They're my favorite. These are the like classic. It's such a classic like Vice.
Yeah.
You know, after we meet the transsexual meth dealing
Of course.
Venezuelan mayor who's gonna shake up pornography, we're gonna
Boy.
meet the guy that's married to his pillow, and it's
So
just
much clickbait in
It's
there.
such a Japan. It's like always a Japanese like teen. No,
Yeah.
sometimes it's not. The best is when it's not a Japanese teen and it's like some dude from the Midwest who's
Right.
just totally into Dragon Ball Z and his disappointed parents
Yeah.
at the table, and sitting next to him, propped up, is a pillow with
Yeah.
a woman painted on it. and they've got a, and you
Badly
see the
too.
dad going
Badly painted.
and you see the parent. There's a moment in every one of those interviews in one of those documentaries where you see the parents look at each other across the table, being like, "Which one of us? Who fucked this up? It's one of us.
It's one of us.
Was it?
Was this you or us?
Was it me pushing him into piano? Or was it you pushing him into baseball? One of us dropped the ball.
I really want to draw that scene of the guy with the t-shirt, the Dragon Ball Z t-shirt,
Yeah.
sitting next to a pillow with a poorly drawn face.
Like,
on it.
you know, the big eye anime.
Yeah, with the lipstick.
Lipstick.
And the mother and the father is going, was this us or you?
This
When
is
did this,
the-
at what point did this happen?
Who do we blame?
Who do we blame here? What?
That's not a bad caption.
I don't
do we
mind
blame?
that.
Yeah.
Who do we blame here? There's been some really good parenting ones lately. I'm not a parent, but I can appreciate a good parenting joke.
You've got mice.
I do have mice.
know.
Thanks, mate. Silver lining. Always looking on the bright side of life, Scott Dooley. Thanks for a minute there. I forgot I had mice.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks. Yeah, well, they can swim
Would you
now.
prefer mice or lice?
Ooh, mice with lice.
Well, I mean,
There you
that's
go,
the-
get
you
best
got
of both.
both. It's that Venn diagram is just two circles on top of each other.
Yeah, I love that joke. By the way, did you ever see? Was it a film called Lars and the Real Girl?
Yeah. Ryan Gosling.
Gosling. That's
Yeah.
right.
It was
Yeah.
really good.
It was really good. It's just remembered in my brain. It just stuck out as that was about similarly.
But his was a more advanced, like.
Yeah. I mean, that's the
The
thing.
funny thing with those stories as well is, and there's a point in all of them where
Hmm.
they go, and the hyper-realistic Japanese sex doll. It is not hyper-realistic.
Not at all.
Because, firstly, it's fucking one of those people. Women.
That's the least realistic part
that's
of
the
it.
That's the bit where I'm like, come on.
Come on.
Him?
Uncanny Valley.
What? Even an inanimate object is too good for that
That's
guy.
funny. If I had to name my weird Japanese sex robot, I'd call it Uncanny Val.
I'd call myself so you've done the uncanny sex man.
Uncanny Sex Man.
Little Australian pub rock reference
That's
there.
great. That's
Um,
fantastic. It's
the-
also a Marvel reference, if you will.
Yeah, I think that's more famous, the uncanny X-Men.
Slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing with those sex dolls
Yeah. Go on.
is they'll always put the price because they
Oh,
know
they always
every
do.
single pervy dude is like,
Go on, how much?
it was $30.
What is it? It's always at these like Las Vegas conventions, not like C2E2 or what's it, CESD or whatever it's called. What's it called? CES.
CES.
Every year.
I only find out about these things if there's some drama within the cosplay YouTube community that leaks somehow into my world, which is happening right now.
yeah, I'll bet it is.
Yeah.
Your YouTube must
Pro
be.
Jared was
God.
cheating on
This
someone
is
with someone
absurd.
else, and the internet is like not having it.
This is a man who doesn't have Instagram on his phone.
I don't have Instagram full stop
distracting.
anymore.
You deleted
I
it?
deleted Instagram, deleted Twitter.
No,
Yeah.
you deleted Twitter.
Yeah, to the point where people were like,
You
"Is
deleted
everything
Twitter.
okay?"
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's when you get cancelled. Is when you do that. Did you? Are you
I'm
just
getting in
doing
front of it because I plan on really letting loose today.
That's a very Cal Newport sort of approach to life. That the digital detox, digital minimalism sort of approach.
Yeah.
Where
A
you
few
just-
friends have told me about that.
Yeah, which is completely healthy and recommended indeed. But some people just do the detox for like, say, August. They're like, no phone, no social, no whatever.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Well, I've deactivated. I don't know how to delete it, but I've deactivated it.
right,
and
and
I can't.
it seeps
you can't.
back in. Like something will accidentally activate it again. Like you'll log into something else that needs your Instagram to log into
Right.
it, and it'll just reactivate, and you have
Right.
no idea. That's same with Facebook because it's linked to all these different things. You deactivate your Facebook, and then something reactivates it by logging into Goodreads or something. You know?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
and it's very insidious because you can't. You just. It's like trying to. It's the ghost in the machine. You try and turn it off, and just turns itself back on again. You're like, oh my god, stop.
Ding ding.
Yeah.
Hello, Michael.
Yeah. I'm enjoying my singularity. I think there's definitely something in enjoying my singularity.
I
by
think
the way.
there's a joke there. Like
That's
that,
great.
that idea of, yeah. I do like the idea of like, and I know, listen, it is probably punching down, but I'm not sure. But it's definitely twisting the knife. Like,
starting to get why you deleted your Twitter.
like no, but well, it's twisting the knife certainly of like, well, listen, if you're turning your back on human interaction to have
Yeah.
sex with a robot, how funny would it be if the robot rejected you? To me, that's hilarious.
That is pretty
Because
funny.
here's the thing, and I understand meeting people sucks.
Yeah.
Dating is this is how bad dating is.
Yeah.
Dating is so bad that the aim of dating is to never do it again. I get that.
That's true.
And you've seen me in social situations. I'll go up, hi, I'm Scott, nice to meet you. I hate doing that.
Yeah.
Everyone hates doing that, but you do it because we're in a society
Yeah.
and you can't just go and hide
Yeah.
with a fleshlight and hope for the best.
Yeah.
You got to get out there,
You gotta
bro.
get out there, yeah. My comedian friend of mine.
Stop writing mean things to women on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
and,
what
and,
is that?
And
by the
Tinder.
way? What is that writing
Stop
mean
that.
things to women thing? That's very.
I'm
prevalent.
gonna say we probably lost the robot fuckers about 10 minutes ago. So this lesson, maybe
swear
we
to
should edit
God.
this, put the lesson at the beginning.
I don't know who's left. I don't know who's left after that.
Well, people that want to know how to tie a bow tie, hoping you'll one day tell them,
I will
given
one
how
day.
well you're dressed.
It is a hand tied tie. My friend Anthony Ledon is a funny comedian. He said a funny comedian. He's got a great bit about that.
No,
So-
not all are.
no, he's in the minority. But he has this great bit about dating where it's like, why are we when you're married and you go out on date night? It's like, what are we doing? We won. We did this. We won dating. Why are we still?
Oh, see, we're the
At
opposite.
this point, this is a victory lap.
No,
now we're showing off.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
It's very funny.
It was funny. I was saying to Ashika, like when we were dating,
Yeah.
we never went on a date. It was always, do you want to hang out? Maybe get a meal, blah, blah, blah. Now we're married. Let's go on a date. We go on dates. We go on,
right.
yeah.
I try and couch dates in things that I just want to do. So like I'm like, boy, I'd love to see Avengers Endgame. Honey, do you want to go on a date on Sunday? She's like, oh, this is the date. No, yeah, it's a movie date. Well, we
Yeah.
don't get to talk, do we? Well,
Nah.
we'll get a beer after.
Yeah.
You know? That's
Exactly.
So it's a negotiation. And she, to her credit, always makes it a date. She's like, no, we're going to the pub across the road right after. Going to make this a date. I see what you're doing. I'm not going to let you get away with
pub
this.
across the street, watch the end of the game. What the fuck am I saying at this point?
The Yankees are playing the Mets. Yeah. So anyway, so I've
got some jokes.
I've got some jokes.
Jokes and jokes and jokes and jokes.
That's the theme to this
That's
episode. Now we're getting rid of the.
Chappelle show, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
Chappelle Show. That theme. That's a good theme. Okay, so this one I feel like you would like. It's a little bit silly, but it has a Goodfellas reference. So I mean, I
Great.
feel like I can't.
You
go
got
wrong.
me.
Yeah, it's Maid Marian from Robin Hood.
All right.
But she's in a room surrounded by mafiosos.
That's funny.
She's maid.
She's Maid Marian.
Maid Marian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
It's like Chris Moltisanti. Or maybe it's like a Sopranos instead of Goodfellas.
What if it's beds and like one of the beds is clearly made like beautiful, like standing up,
Oh.
like like that.
Maid Marian?
Watch out, he's a maid guy. Like no, it's a different joke. Maid Marian's. But there's nothing you can do to Maid Marian. That's a great joke.
Okay, all right. I like, Maid always, I never understood it until, obviously, first time I saw Goodfellas, I was like, what are they talking about? Getting made? In the back of the head. Oh, is
Yeah.
that what getting
Yeah,
made is?
yeah.
Like, I didn't know.
Yeah, that's
I didn't
good.
know what it was meant to be because we never get to see it.
Yeah.
So by the time I saw like Sopranos and I saw like Chris getting made and was like, oh, that's what it was.
Oh, that's right. The Raven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's what getting made is. And getting made is like, when someone says, oh, he's got it made. I'm like, got it made? What? He's got a maid?
Got it made. Oh, he's got a
Got
maid.
a maid? What? He's got it made. He's got it made.
Been made in the shade.
We made it.
Yeah.
We made it. couple of maids just going, we made it. That's terrible. Yeah, made it. Anyway,
I like Maid Marian.
Some percolate on. It's very silly. I've only really got. There's something
right.
on our cartoon. Well, your idea, the over my child's dead body, with the
Oh, the
anti-vaxxer,
anti-vaxxer one.
which has gone viral, by the way. It's
Oh, yeah,
gone
it did.
properly
Yeah,
viral.
much like the children I'm teasing.
That's-
Not teasing the children.
Not
The
teasing the
parent.
parents.
Yeah, the parents.
Have
Have you heard about this? It was like the amount of kids, like the new form of rebellion for teens is like sneaking out to get vaccinated.
what?
Yeah, there's a real kind of rearguard action from the children of
Really?
non-vaccinated children is sneaking out and going to get vaccinated.
No,
Yeah.
it used to be sneaking out
To
and
go and smoke
smoking
cigarettes and yeah.
Now it's saving yourself from smallpox and rubella. Wow,
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
that is insane.
yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know any of that. That's I mean, is there something in the viral videos spreading or viral memes, and that's something you have to be inoculated against?
That's pretty funny.
It's viral.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Because it's like, what? How do you inoculate yourself from viral content? Is it you just have to do what you did, delete Twitter and Reddit and
So is there that idea of someone like, did you see I'm just trying to think of just one that everyone
Gangnam
knows,
Style?
like Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
Oh
Baby
no,
Shark.
I was inoculated. Yeah.
Right, virally inoculate. Yeah. Oh, did you see the latest viral?
Yeah, I was.
No,
yeah,
I got the shot. Mate, that will be a thing at one point. With the transhumanist movement, they're talking about kind of oh yeah, it'll be like getting
Let's
a shot.
get through Alexa. You know what I mean? Like this thing of like
let's not jump the gun.
oh, we're all getting microchipped and let's just
Yeah. What episode
seriously,
number is
dude.
this? 44. Let's go back to this one in 10 years and go, boy, that was.
This is our time capsule.
Yeah, this is our time capsule. That's pretty funny. I'm gonna
Can't believe that guy trained his fuck robot to kill Scott and Jason.
What a way to go.
Having
though.
listened to episode 44, they were kind of asking for it.
Hey, Death by Snoo Snoo's pretty good. All right. There's something. I don't know if there's something in this, but I was at the diner on Friday with my friend Ethan, and I always know exactly what I'm going to get, but he likes to choose something different each time. And we had a new waiter, and there's two things. He's very conscious about not accidentally being racist, because he wants.
He's normally
This is great.
very
Normally
racist.
very racist. Because what happened was one time he asked for decaf, and the guy just didn't hear him, but he thought he didn't understand him because he had like a thick accent. So he's like, decaf? And he went, yeah, decaffeinated coffee. He's like, I know what decaffeinated coffee is. And he was like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. He accidentally just assumed that he didn't understand English.
Ah.
And he's always been in his head about it. So
Nah.
so this waiter was sitting there, and I go, oh, I'll get the Southwest salad, thanks. And he goes,
What's a
"Okay."
Southwest salad?
It's like beans and corn and tortillas, and it's pretty nice. It's like a little spicy chipotle salad.
Oh, there you go.
It's pretty good. It's good. So I get that, and then he goes, and you? And he goes, can I just have one more minute? And he goes, where is that? On entrees, or is that a side?
That's great.
One more minute.
That's
He
great.
just, I don't think he understood what he said. And then Ethan all of a sudden went to correct him and stopped. Because he's like, oh, I don't want to assume that
Great.
he misunderstood
And then he just
me.
ordered seamless from his phone. He just said, forget it, I'll just get a pizza
So just
delivered.
go-
It's fine. It's fine.
Water's
It's
fine. Just
fine.
tap.
It's fine. Tap water's fine.
Is this
What's the address here? Do
What's the address?
you have an existing account with it? It's fine. I'll figure it out. It's fine.
I'll just eat his house.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about that. But
Can I
thank,
get-
thank
can I-
you, sir, for your service.
Can I get just maybe someone pointing at a menu? Can I get one more minute? There was actually I lost my shit this week just before my final Outback Steakhouse pick of the week. Sam Gross, the legendary New Yorker cartoonist,
yes.
hilariously funny. One of the greats. Anyway, there was a cartooning event this week at the Overlook Hotel, which is like the Sistine Chapel of cartooning art, going all the way back. It's all the great cartoonists have signed the walls there.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
It's on 44th Street, I think. Really amazing place. So we have our cartoon meeting there, and as I'm walking in, Sam Gross is going in, and we have a little chat, and we were talking about line economy and word economy, and we got straight into talking shop, and about overdrawing things.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can really bog yourself down if you work close to deadline, it helps you just draw what's needed and nothing else. But if you really bog yourself down with a joke, you can actually make it less funny by overdrawing it and like spoon feeding every detail to the reader. One of the hardest things as a cartoonist is what you leave out, like knowing what not to draw. So he's in this vein. He's telling me about it. He goes, "Yeah, I remember." Back when I was doing this cartoon for the Lampoon back in the day, it was this guy, and
he is a Western murderer, right?
He is a Western murderer. Yeah.
Okay, good. I just wanted to
He'll
double
be out
check.
of town by
I wanted
noon
to
tomorrow.
double check that voice. That as well as being a very successful cartoonist, he's one of the most prolific bounty hunters. From 1820 to 1835. No one brought in more scalps of more outlaws than Sam Gross.
Yeah, when we walked into the Overlook, he just kicked open the swinging
He kicked
doors
open the swinging door. You
with
can hear
spurs.
you can hear his spurs click, click, click coming in.
Yeah, all the
He asked for 3 fingers of whiskey.
he doesn't even do that. No, now he nods his head, and the guy just brings
nods.
whiskey now. He
Yeah,
doesn't even have to ask.
yeah.
So that's Sam Gross.
That's Sam Gross.
Yeah.
You watch it. He creates traffic hazards just leaving his horse out on the street.
He leaves it water though. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's not a monster.
Yeah, his Dusty Poncho.
Dusty Poncho's a great porn name. Isn't that a great porn?
or a great porn name, Terrible Sex Act.
Awesome
my
sex
God.
rabbit.
I'll sleep with him on the first date, but I'm not going to do the Dusty Poncho that early.
I think we have an episode title. Anyway, so he's telling me there's this gag I remember drawing for the Lampoon, and it's this guy.
Oh, I didn't realize he moved from the Wild West to become a tow truck driver in Brooklyn. After his stint in the Wild West, he transitioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, the
He
joke.
identifies as a Jersey.
He identifies. Right. That's right.
And he goes, and he's got his pants around his ankles. And he's fucking the sheep. I'm like, wait, is this a cartoon in the magazine? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right. And then he goes, and I kept drawing this sheep. And I was overdrawing it. And the more I drew it, the less funny it got. And I was like, what was the caption? And he goes, oh, well, the other sheep, little baby sheep in the corner is watching the whole thing going, that's where I got my athlete's foot.
Wow.
Now that's, wow. Okay.
The way you say that, though, as well, like, I started overdrawing the sheep, like, he fell in love with the sheep. Like, I wish I was the guy with the sheep. Look how beautiful that sheep is. Shut up, honey. I'm just finishing the sheep. You've been working on that sheep. Sometimes I think you love that sheep more than me.
She looks on the page and he's the guy fucking
Yeah.
sheep. He's like,
And then there's
now I know where I got my athlete's foot.
Then there's some very crude yet medical drawings in a manila folder that just says codename Dusty Poncho.
Codename Dusty Poncho. Half of it's redacted.
It's all retained. Yeah.
Don't look at my things! Oh my God. All right, so here's my Outback Steakhouse pick
You
of the
know
week.
his real name is actually Sam Pleasant, but because of his
of his content.
predilection and content,
It's actually a nickname that
he's
just
changed
stuck.
it. Yeah, Sam Gross.
I remember another cartoonist at the New Yorker. We were sitting there one day, and she goes, and Sam just walked out of the room, and she goes, one day we're all just going to be Sam Gross. It's like, that's pretty true. All right, so here it is. It's and you're a devil for using this thing. It's the Italian chef kissing his fingers.
Yep.
Mwah!
Yep.
It's him in the kitchen, right, with his little moustache and his hat, chef's hat.
Yeah. Pizza box Italian.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly. And wife walks in.
Yep.
He's in the middle of mwah, and he's like,
And there's a
"Oh,
sheep
no."
saying, and that's how I got my athlete's
So I
foot.
got my athlete's foot. Pretty good, right?
I like it.
It's
You spent a lot of time on the
the
chef's
chef.
fingers, though. I'm concerned about that.
And the cat, so
Yes,
it's
I'm sorry.
him kissing his fingers, right? In the middle of kissing his fingers, wife walks in and he's like, "Oh no, she knows about us."
That's so silly.
But the hand is like this. It's like
That's really
the
funny.
hand's like
That's
in the
funny. I like that.
I came up with that one at a very strange. It's 3 a.m. I don't know what. I just woke up with it in my head. I was like, "Where did that come from?" Wrote it down, drew it up a little bit.
Do you know what I wrote down most recently? Because I do the same thing. I woke
Yeah.
up and I keep my phone downstairs. So I
Yeah,
had to wake
me
up,
too,
get
yeah.
out of bed, go downstairs, go to the thing.
Got to get yourself one
Get
of
the
these,
thing.
a little notepad.
And but it's still in the dark. You can't.
Yeah, it's true.
And I wrote in my phone, my wife's superpower is asking questions that will immediately be answered by one of the characters.
That's funny. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We've been watching Deadwood.
Ugh.
And Deadwood is one of those things as well, which it's like the beginning. It's like the first 15 minutes
Yeah.
of Train Spotting for 3 episodes, where you're like, "What the f is this guy talking about?"
Yeah.
But because I watched before, I kind of understand. Like,
Right.
well, if you'd be content to have a parlay with me, and all that kind of Western talk.
Right.
But the amount of times that actually it doesn't matter what the movie is, what the show
Yeah.
is, where a guy you'll hear like, "Come in, who's that guy? Hi, I'm John Smith from."
It is a great
Mr.
superpower.
Smith, Mr. Smith.
It is a
nice
good
to
party
meet.
trick.
Where's he from? I've just come in from Philadelphia. Right.
She's gonna beat the shit out of you.
Is he related?
Ashika has just come down the stairs, looking very upset. You deserve a slap for that
It's
one.
yeah, but it's a superpower.
It is worst Avenger ever, but very good superpower.
But still, I mean, worst Avenger ever. There's a guy with a bow and arrow
That's
in that
true.
team.
Second worst Avenger.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Do we have audience suggestions?
We have audience suggestions, and thank you very much for sending them in. If you want to send them in, send them to Facebook.
Also, if you've got a place for me to stay,
I've never seen a death
'Cause
stare like
I've
that
been,
before in my life.
so
That's brutal.
I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon doing the Tony Soprano, just seeing some divorce lawyers in the area so she can't use them.
That's a very specific plot
It's a
point.
huge,
Spoiler alert.
hugely.
Thank you to everyone, by the way, who filled in. We
Oh,
did the sort of little
caption thing.
caption
Yeah,
contest.
yeah. How'd that go?
Very well. Thank you to everyone for filling them in. We had sort of. We had a few sort of interesting ones. It was the two
What was the image?
cowboys.
The cowboys and the porch.
Yeah, the sheriff. Yeah, cowboy on the rocking chair in the porch. Sheriff pointing at him with his horse behind him, and the, the captions. Yeah, so Justin Gorda said, "And when I say gone by COB Friday, I mean first thing Monday."
That's pretty funny.
That's pretty
That's
good.
really funny. That's great.
I'll be honest. This is from Holly Bidwell. I'll be honest. I'm no sheriff. I got this gold star for coming first in a horse grooming contest.
It's pretty funny. Maybe I'd change that horse grooming to for being a great speller. You know they give gold stars to kids.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
For spelling. I
I
got this gold star for spelling.
Spelling sheriff right. Okay, so it's Cam Knight sent one in. You sit when the music stops, Garrett. That's why it's called musical chairs and not just chairs.
That's pretty funny. That's really funny.
yeah.
Well, that's a professional
That's
comedian.
a professional
though.
comedian running a gag is what that is.
Yeah.
And then classic Paul King.
Cam Knight, just incidentally.
Yeah.
Cam Knight is in this fantastic sketch. I'll try to find the name of it, where he plays the host of one of those like Temptation Island
Oh, yeah.
kind of a joke.
He's a natural.
things, and he does it so. Yeah, Marriage Switch Honeymoon Edition in Paradise, and it's from the Viceland kids. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like Michael Hing and Cameron James, Vic and Jenna. Vic and
Right.
Jenna are so funny. Just look them up. They're so
Vic
funny.
and Jenna?
Vic and Jenna, yeah. These,
Vic and Jenna.
These really funny comedians.
Very nice.
Anyway, Cam's in that. Watch the.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
put it on
Alright.
the thing for us. It's really funny.
That's just this. Obviously, it was going to happen. It was inevitable. I think who wrote it? It was Richard Tunbridge,
Yep.
which was I wish I knew how to quit you.
Wish I knew how to quit. Oh, that's funny.
Brokeback.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you for sending in your suggestions for those. We do have some actual suggestions that people have sent in, if I may. We're running a bit long, but we're doing all right. Okay, so this one is it's our first napkin idea. So drawn on a napkin.
Oh, drawn on a napkin.
Drawn on a napkin. So thank you very much, Drew Holway, for this. Two Jehovah's Witnesses at the door saying, so are you going to pretend to listen for the next few minutes or should we just fuck off now?
I don't mind that.
But obviously, you
wouldn't
say
have
fuck
the
off
F-bomb,
in
yeah.
the New Yorker. But now, are you just going to pretend to listen politely for a couple of minutes or should we just go?
There's something I like the idea about the Jehovah's Witness where there's almost like a thing like, listen, I got dressed up for you people.
I got dressed up for this. I'm wearing my best short-sleeved shirt for you.
Yeah.
I
I don't mind that.
yeah,
I think we had a similar one. Was
Jehovah's Fitness. Can I
no
talk to you
the
about
one?
CrossFit?
Yeah, no, the one we had was. Do you have a few minutes for me to make you feel terrible about yourself?
That's right. Do you have a? Yeah. Would you like to know what a terrible person?
Yeah,
you are?
that was it. Yeah.
By the way, one of the cartoons, the New Yorker cartoons, they post the cartoons on their Facebook page, and they put the captions under the. Obviously every cartoon has a caption, except the caption was this guy. Enough with the fucking captions. Readers aren't that dumb.
That's great.
What?
That's great.
Colin, what?
Come on, internet.
Come on, mate. Oh fuck! I lost
Sex
it.
dolls in the shop. That guy.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, so this is Bradley. Speaking of Endgame, I suppose it's a pop culture reference. Bradley Kenneth.
Yep.
All right, it's a bit late, but is there something in this? Maybe it's a daily. Thanos' gauntlet has just done the snap, getting rid of half the universe's population.
Oh yeah.
He
I
goes-
read an interesting thing, which was
you did?
about. I don't know if this is a spoiler because I've never watched it.
All right.
But the idea that if they reversed Thanos' snap, that the world wouldn't be able to handle the influx of another entire population of people coming
Right.
back. So there wouldn't be enough food
Oh,
and
right.
things like that. That the human race would have adapted by that point.
5 years on.
Yeah, that there
right,
would have
right.
been that food production would have dropped.
Huh.
There wouldn't be enough food, and transport wouldn't be able to handle it.
Yeah, that's not a bad theory. I feel like the infrastructure was still there, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they were tearing down motorways,
Right.
but it would have been a dream run to work.
Yeah. Hey, there you go, silver lining. There you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Silver lining dually. So he's Thanos.
The other thing is everyone assumes they survive.
Oh yeah, right, exactly. Of course. Well, not me.
Yeah.
Everyone just assumes it's everyone else.
Yeah.
That's funny. So
Except for moody teams on Tumblr.
are they still on Tumblr? I thought they've moved on.
I read a thing that
Where are they
Pornhub
now?
wanted to buy it,
course.
just so they could get more pornography back on there.
Back on. Because they banned all
They
the porn
banned all
on
the
Tumblr,
porn.
right?
Yeah.
So it's Thanos' gauntlet. He's just done the snap. He's put in brackets. That might be a bit steamship at this point. Okay. There are a few people turning to dust, and Trump is just standing there, not fading to dust. And the caption is, "Look, believe me, folks. If there was anything that I thought would end my presidency, that was it." He seems impervious to pretty much everything.
That's pretty good. Yeah,
there's some-
I do. I like that. I like that angle.
By the way, thanks to the listeners who keep sending me, it's abuse at this point, but keep sending me when they're at Outback Steakhouse.
Thank you for that. That's great.
Just taking selfies out front. Dalton Vaughan sent me, he's currently having an aneurysm. Every time I drive by an Outback, my girlfriend asks what my pick of the week was.
That's great.
Thanks.
That's great.
Thanks, Dalton.
Thank you to everyone that gave us some suggestions.
Yes.
We're going to be at the at NCS this Friday.
Yep.
12 o'clock. And then, the next
California.
one you hear is going to be a live episode with Bob Mankoff.
Bob Mankoff. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Jump on the old Facebook page, facebook.com/itsitpodcast. And yeah.
So what do you have to do between now and then? Because you've been so busy. I haven't seen you for ages.
My calendar looks ridiculous. I have to also work ahead with Ginger Megs as well. So I have to get extra strips done ahead of time so that I may go out to California. I'm there for like a week and a half, so I'm sort of,
So how many Meg strips do you have to do a week?
7. I do 6 dailies and a Sunday.
And the Sunday's a big one. That's
Big
like
half pager. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I write it, draw it, color it, syndicate it, send the invoices. It's one man show.
the invoices.
Reconcile invoices.
Seems an unnecessary part of the process to mention.
Wait, you don't just do this for fun?
Do you know I have not invoiced the New Yorker once?
You ought to.
They owe me thousands of dollars.
Yeah, but don't walk in there, kick the door in like
No,
a
no,
saloon
no,
and go, you owe me thousands
No,
of
I've
dollars.
forgotten. I've just forgotten to do it.
Yeah, you ought to be.
I should get onto that.
Probably. Because...
And after this episode, I'm going to spend all that money on buying my wife a present.
Yes. Oh, boy. I'm going to...
All right.
All right, I'm going to leave you to
We
fight.
will see you in California.
Bye.